Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, teachers.
Good afternoon, children.
Ma'am, your voice is echoing. I suppose.
Abhi.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Is it okay, ma'am, now?
Yes, ma'am, it's not
Yes.
echoing now.
Initially, it was echoing.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Samisha.
Lakshmi, ma'am, you're the co-host.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Rimama.
Good afternoon,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon,
I
Reena.
don't see 8D students, or have you all not renamed yourself in that manner? I see 8A, B, and C. What about 8D?
Can we open the chat for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Let the chat be open for everyone, please.
It is open, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. When you say we'll start, ma'am. 12:29.
Ma'am, 34 participants.
Yeah, we'll wait then a little bit.
Can the class teacher send message to the children to join in? Are the class teachers here?
Ma'am, subject teachers are here. If somehow we could connect and the students could pass.
I'm
also.
going to send it in the PTA group.
Sure.
Put the address.
Sadaf, ma'am, you'll be there throughout.
I have a substitution in the next period, ma'am, in your class.
Oh, yes, sorry.
I'll be leaving. Yeah.
My class.
Yeah.
I need one more. Harsha, ma'am, will you be there for both the periods?
Anchal, ma'am, I will be there.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'll make you the co-host, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I will.
Hi everyone.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Mamta ma'am.
Good afternoon. Am
Good
I
afternoon.
visible and audible? Because I'm in a different place than my regular office.
Yes, ma'am, you're there.
Yeah, and the video quality is good because I'm on my mobile data. If I'm not, then I'll get internet if you need. I can get Wi-Fi if you want.
Yes,
I'm
it
not
is clear. You're visible. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good
everyone.
afternoon, sir.
Sir,
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Sorry.
Good afternoon, sir.
May I?
Yes.
Yes, we can start.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Excuse
Now-
me.
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm joining from different device. Please admit me.
Sure. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Now, Standard 8, welcome. We are going to the virtual trip to reCharkha, the EcoSocial tribe, and we are going to interact with Mrs. Amita Deshpande, who is the co-founder and the director of the reCharkha. In this, so we have a brief introduction about recycle and upcycle. What is upcycling? A trip to reCharkha, the EcoSocial tribe, addressed by the guest of honor, question answer session, principal's address, and you have a Google assessment followed by a certificate if you receive 80% and above. So you are requested to see the program very attentively, children. And then the vote of thanks. Now, what is actually going on in our environment? These pictures are enough to explain you the consequences that we are facing because of the plastic pollution. It is not only us who are suffering, it is also the animals who are suffering because of our, what to say, our work, what we have done to the environment. There are two words that we are going to address in this session, that is recycle versus upcycling. Now, upcycling is a process where we are trying to convert an object into something useful. Though the initial material is not, the initial material remains the same, but recycling is completely changing that material. I'll give you the examples. Right? We have recycled plastic. Now we have been to a virtual tour to Rudra Environmental Solutions with Standard 9. The link for the same is there in our PPS Pune channel. So you can go and see that what happens in the Rudra Environment Solutions, where we are recycling the plastic and producing a fuel out of it. This we have already been, it's already there in our Pawar Public School channel. So kindly go and see the program. In that process, there is a chemical process called TCD, that is thermocatalytic decomposition of plastic, where the plastic is converted into a fuel. That fuel can be used for different purposes. Now we are going to talk about upcycling. Upcycling, also known as creative reuse, is the process of transforming byproducts, waste materials, useless or unwanted products into new materials or products perceived to be of greater quality, such as artistic value or environmental value. We had also started with the vertical garden project in our school that was upcycling the bamboos what we had. And still, these plastic bottles can be upcycled for the decorative purposes.
What did you do? I got disconnected. Getting disconnected.
Yes.
I'm getting
Yes.
disconnected again and again. So can you just repeat? Voice is breaking for me.
We'll talk about it, ma'am. So here we can see that this we have already started. And once the school reopens, we are going to do it in a full-fledged way. Right? Still the bamboo sticks are there. We have to decorate our school in an eco-friendly way.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, there are all black patches on your screen.
Is it fine?
Ma'am, they'll vanish sometimes because of connectivity issues.
Can
It's
you
a
guess
delay
how
network,
this
basically.
turns into this? Let's find out.
That was a brief video to show how the reCharkha works with the waste plastic.
Thank you for showing the video.
This is
Do
an
you want me
overlook, but the
to
threaded weaves is not
don't
so
show
typical.
this one, please?
Amita Deshpande, a social entrepreneur, set up the project to help
Can you
women in
pause?
rural
Yes, ma'am.
areas.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
decided to
Pause
do
this video.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So don't show this video. It's an old video and
Ma'am, this
yeah.
is just telling them with the plastic work and all. So
Okay, it's my company only, but it's an old video. You're
yes,
going to
sir.
show this video to them?
Yes, ma'am. And then you can talk about it, because when it comes to us, you have to explain everything to them. Yeah, just a brief 3-minute or 2-minute video for them to see what's happening actually.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
Something with plastic, which also creates livelihoods, and hence this process of upcycling of plastic using hand looms and charkha, where the process is completely manual, where we require maximum amount of people, maximum amount of livelihood.
The plastic they use is donated by waste picking organizations. It is then carefully washed by women living in this remote village in western India. Deshpande came up with the idea after being alarmed by the waste she encountered on trails while out
Ma'am, you can
hiking.
turn off the video. It
She
is
recognized an
pausing.
opportunity to create work through upcycling.
Voice is breaking.
The women take thin strips of plastic and spin them into yarn on a machine called reCharkha. This one is made of old bicycle parts. The yarn is then woven into fabric on hand looms. No electricity is required. More than a dozen people now work here. They earn up to 7,000 rupees a month, around 90 euros.
It shows a really remote village where employment was always a big problem, because just for 5 to 6 months of the year, people here were employed in their agricultural activities. And especially the younger generation was anyways moving towards urban areas or moving towards service sector. So instead of, because of that, the village itself was losing its youth.
300 kilometers further south is the densely populated metropolis of Pune. There, at the company's headquarters, the fabric made by the villagers is turned into accessories. A bag like this is sold for 1,200 rupees, around 15 euros. All the bags and purses produced here are sold online to eco-conscious customers.
The youth are the core of the village, so it makes sense for them to stay back, work here, also take care of the forest. So we also try to inculcate those little thoughts in their mind as to how they can do something for their own village, how they can do something for the environment.
The work the villagers do for the project gives them a sense of purpose and pride, and a reason to stay here in the village.
This was how the reCharkha works. Ma'am will give you the details of it. Now here the plastics which are collected are clean and sanitized, followed by they are manually cut by the people of the village. Then they are rolled on charkha to form the yarn of the plastic, you can say, and finally they are woven on the handloom. And these are the beautiful products that can come after the process is over. See how the change has taken place. What is reCharkha? reCharkha is a eco-social, it is an endeavor, you can say, to change the environment. It is founded by Mrs. Amita Deshpande. She is there with us. And it has 3 main core areas on which they are working. That is to conserve our environment and heritage, to enable, that is livelihood for the rural people, and also create conscious consumers. What comes to your mind, children, when you hear about charkha? Can anybody tell me? Unmute and speak, please. What comes to your mind? What?
Flag.
Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi. And
I'm
what
about
else?
Indian flag.
Indian flag. What else?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, yarn.
Yarn.
I'm
Yes.
weaving clothes.
Very good. And nothing related to your history, independence, right? You
Yes,
gave the
ma'am.
right answer. You gave the right answer. reCharkha's significance. Now, reCharkha is charkha. You all know. We just discussed that what charkha is signifying, right? So, reCharkha is just you can say to keep the tradition alive. They have used this word reCharkha, and where they're using the simple charkha without electricity and all to produce the yarn, right? So they have revived the charkha, the
Ma'am,
traditional.
ma'am, the yarn is made of a plastic, right? They wash it and
Yes,
then cut it first.
yes. They cut it and then they are moved. They are made into small thread-like structures, and then they are finally woven and using a hand loom. Now you tell me what is better and what is the difference?
My voice broke. I couldn't hear it.
Between machine was handmade products and machine-made products. Can anybody bring out the difference between these two?
I mean, hand, like, we need more manpower and like.
Handmade needs more manpower. Very good. What else?
Machine happens a bit faster.
Machine-made goods need electricity, but handmade products don't need electricity.
Now, on an industrial basis, machine-made products are preferred because less labor is needed, which reduces the production cost. But practically, if we are talking of a from a social perspective, then handmade products can also bring high amount of work or empowerment to the women and the people living in the local area. So from an industrial perspective, it sure is a little detailing as the cost price rises, but from a social perspective, I think it is sure beneficial.
Yes, excellent. May I know who was it? Can everybody clap for her? It was a very good answer. So machine products, though it can, and you know one more thing with the handmade products, they are unique and they are less. It's not like that you go to the market and you have hundreds of the same kind of product hanging, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Machines are used for mass production, while handmade can be done for if you don't want to produce one item very much.
Yes.
Ma'am, it happens like let's take the example of the purses. Ma'am, a machine can produce only one type of machine can produce only one type of purse, just in different patterns or something. Then they will need more money to hire such kind of machines. But with handmade products, they can just modify those purses in very low cost.
Very good, Ame. I liked your perception.
Yes, ma'am, and handmade product needs more labor force than machine-made products.
Yes, ma'am. So then many people are getting employed in that way. So employment is
in
happening.
this pandemic period.
When
Yes.
machine produce goods
Yes,
need
now
more electricity.
come back. We still have to talk to ma'am. So let's come back. It was very good contribution from your side. Now there is a small logo, reCharkha logo on your screen. Can you all see?
Yes, ma'am.
What is that lady doing?
Ma'am, the lady is spinning. The lady is spinning yarn, and the reuse, reduce, recycle, or whatever it is. Ma'am, the symbol is clearly visible there, which means that by spinning the plastic or by using the plastic and upcycling the plastic, they are saving the environment.
Very good. Can we say that the re word is recycle, reuse, and upcycling is also there? The main work done by the tribe is upcycling. Okay, so this lady is weaving. Very good. And what is this? What is this, children?
It's a
Yeah.
charkha.
Yeah.
Very good.
Charkha.
Charkha symbolizes the freedom from the foreign rulers at that time that you all already said. reCharkha symbolizes the global movement. Charkha was for our national movement. reCharkha symbolizes the global movement of freedom from plastic pollution, keeping our tradition alive. It provides livelihood. It's handmade and hand spun, right? So
Yes.
now we have a very, right? I would like to introduce you to Miss Amita officially. Amita ma'am is the founder and director of reCharkha, the eco-social tribe. She has worked extensively in the sustainable development and corporate social responsibility since the past 14 years. An IT engineer by basic education, she went on to do her master's at Pune University, USA, with a focus on sustainability. She worked with the CSR teams of multinational corporations, consultancies, non-profit and community-based organizations in the United States and India, and eventually founded Arona EcoSocial Development with the rich experience she has gathered. After leading Arona for 7 years, she founded reCharkha EcoSocial to continue the same work of upcycling waste plastic. reCharkha EcoSocial is a social enterprise working on upcycling non-recyclable plastic waste using a traditional weaving technique that uses a charkha and handloom. reCharkha employs tribal and rural women and youth in this process, thus enabling livelihoods for them in an attempt to develop an eco-social planet. So I hand over to you, ma'am.
Excuse me,
Now,
ma'am.
yes.
What is upcycling? When you were explaining, I got disconnected, so I wanted to ask.
Upcycling is a process in which you change the product into something useful. The quality is improved. It is for environmental purpose or decorative purpose or ornamental purpose. Like if you make from the plastics, if you make a bag, right? You can see a bag in ma'am's hand on the picture.
Yes.
Right? That is upcycling. You're upgrading the product. Okay.
Yes.
And recycling is you change it, you burn it, you melt it, you mold it, change it into fuel. That is recycling. Okay.
I can add a little bit to that,
Yes,
Achal.
please, ma'am, continue, ma'am. Now it's up
Yeah.
to you.
Yes. So see, recycling is actually a more broad term, and under recycling there are two further terms. One is downcycling and one is upcycling. So when we talk about upcycling is making something better than what it was before, or of a better use or a better functionality, or lasting for a longer period of time. That's when we are calling it upcycling. It's of a better value. So for example, you look at the plastic bags which we are using to upcycle. Those plastic bags are going to be used only for a few minutes to carry, say, vegetables home, or some grocery home, or some shopping home, or use them as garbage liners or packaging material, which is going to be used only once and then thrown away, right? When we are upcycling it, we're making something much more useful. So for example, this bag that I have in my hand has about 40 to 50 plastic bags. We can close the screen, right, Achal, so that I can all of them. Okay. As you can stop sharing the screen, okay. So that they'll be able to see what I'm talking about in the center. So yeah, so this is what I was showing you. So this is a bag that we have made from waste plastic, gift wrappers, biscuit packets.
Excuse me, Amita ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Your video is paused, ma'am. I think children are not able.
No, ma'am, it's not paused.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, it's not paused.
Okay, fine.
No, ma'am. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am, we can see it.
Yes, ma'am. Perfect. Okay. So the bag that you see in my hand is actually an upcycled product, because about 40 to 50 wrappers or plastic bags, which were going to be thrown away and which were of a different use and of a very single and a basic use, we're upcycling it and making something much better than what it was before. That's why it's upcycling. If I would have burnt it or converted into fuel, used again for burning, or if it would have gone into making our roads or something which is, downgrading its value, then it would have been downcycling. So that's what upcycling versus downcycling is. You can look up more ideas online also about upcycling and downcycling. So in upcycling, yes, there are various ways in which upcycling is done, but we always promote the way where you are making use of sustainable methods of upcycling. So in our case, we are using manual labor. Like, I actually am so proud of these students, Achal, that they already know so much more, and I don't have to teach them or explain them what we do, because most of the answers were already out there when you were explaining them the concept. And of course, even you did a great job in introducing us to the students.
And the internet did a huge deal.
Sorry?
The internet did a huge deal. To be honest, I like reading articles about the internet's different blogs, and I have read about your concept upon the internet, so I am aware of what you do. Yeah, I think I did have some questions and a few scenarios to ask. I hope I can ask them at the end of the explanation.
Yes, Mithali, we do have a question answer session with ma'am. Let ma'am finish and then we'll have it.
And I'm going to give more time to the question answer session only. I'm not going to talk a lot, because I'm sure your questions are going to answer everybody else's questions, and it's going to dive down deeper into what we're doing. Okay. So that was trying to answer the upcycling question. But, just going back to how did this all began, I wanted to tell you a little story. When I was in my 8th standard, like a lot of you are, I had learned it somewhere in the school textbook. So we didn't have internet at that time, right? This was about in the mid 90s when I was in 8th standard. And I had in my textbook the definition of what is biodegradable and what is non-biodegradable. And when I read that, I was like, if things are non-biodegradable, that means they're not going to become soil. Why are we using those materials? It was such a big question mark to me. And it was like a realization that all the things that we've been using, all the packaging material, all the plastic bags, then all the glittery gift wrappers, which look so beautiful and so gorgeous when you pack your gifts in. I was like, all this is not degradable. Then why are we using it? And I used to ask this question a lot to my parents, to, elders in the family. But everybody just gave me the answer, oh, but that's how it is. That's how the market is giving out products. That is how the packaging is. And I used to be like, no, this is not how it's supposed to be. We can change our ways. And in that same year, there was a science seminar competition at the state level. And I participated in that. And I gave a whole seminar on solid waste management. And I had researched a lot. Again, like I said, internet has made life much easier now. But at that time, I had to actually go to libraries. I had to go interview government officials. I had to go interview various people who were actually producing plastic or, taking care of waste, all of those things. And I actually made a very nice presentation. And I also won a consolation prize delivering that presentation. But the best part of that was I got involved in the learning. So it was not just about the prize or about the seminar, but I got to learn so much more. And that expanded my whole vision of what I want to do in life. So I never knew that this could be a career. So what I'm doing right now is totally, accidental about 7-8 years ago. But I started realizing that no matter what my career is, this is the lifestyle I want to live. And I banned plastic bags in my house. So everybody, right from my parents to my sister to my grandparents, everybody used to be scared of me. If they brought a plastic bag home, they knew that Amita's going to scold them for bringing that plastic bag home, or thermocol plates or plastic cups. All of them was banned in my house. And slowly, I started talking about this to my friends and making them understand that these are the things we should not use. So, what we learn in school actually makes a very big impact in our brains. Later on, when in college and in, later in life, whatever you learn is not as impactful as what you learn in school is. So I really urge all of you to take all your lessons and all what you learn very seriously. And from that, you will be able to broaden your own vision about your careers and about your life on this planet, because eventually environment is not a third thing. When people talk about environment conservation, it's not that environment conservation and environment is something else and I am something else and my home and my family is something else. No. When environment is there, you are a part of the environment. And if you're polluting the environment or not taking care of the environment, it's you who's going to get impacted. So we are an integral part of the environment. That's what we need to understand and that's what we need to focus upon. And I think that was the beginning of what I started doing when that 8th standard, that particular period was the most important period of my life is what I would say. And many of you are in that stage right now. So I would really urge all of you to think very, thoroughly about your own lifestyles. So it's not just about the career, but your own lifestyle. Then I grew up, I went on to do my engineering because I didn't know that career could be done in this also. So I went and did my IT engineering. I worked in the IT sector. And then slowly, I started realizing that I had banned plastic in my company also, okay, by the way. So wherever I went, I just made sure that whatever I have been infected with, I infect others with that too. And that happened. I worked there for a few years in the IT sector, and then I decided that I want to jump and do this work full time. So I quit my IT job and I took up a master's degree at the Purdue University in the US. I worked there for a few years. I worked with very large multinational corporations over there, trying to make them sustainable, trying to make them understand the importance of sustainability and sustainable reporting. And then in 2013, I came back to India. And there was another interesting story. I came back to India and I again took up a job in sustainability reporting, sustainable development and CSR, which is corporate social responsibility. But when I finished, when I was working there, I was on a trip, I had decided I'm going to go a little trekking, hiking trip in the mountains in the Himalayas. This was in 2013, about 8 years ago. And while I was on that trip into Himalayas, I was in Himachal Pradesh, and it started raining. And the rain then converted into a cloud burst and into landslides and into a lot of problems. I don't know if you all have heard. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am, we can.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I get a yes or no? If you can hear me or not?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
You're audible.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes,
Ma'am, I
ma'am,
think-
you're audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. There was a call that came in, and because of that, I couldn't hear any of you. Anyways, so I was in, so you know what had happened in 2013? In Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh, large landslides and cloud bursts had happened, and the whole temple of Kedarnath was destroyed. Plus, many villages were destroyed. And I was one of the people who was trapped in one of the landslides, as not in the landslide, but in a village where we were living. There were landslides, and our village was totally cordoned off from rest of the road. So we couldn't go out. We were stuck in one place. So for 5 days we were stuck, after which helicopters came and rescued us, and that whole story happened. But during that time, there was a lot of discussion going on about environment conservation. And because this was an environmental disaster, right? I said, if something's happening to the environment, you are going to be the person, you are going to be the ones who are going to get impacted by it. So that whole incident again brought me thinking that now is the time when I can jump into this full time and work it as my own venture. And when I was there, I volunteered a lot for livelihood development, because I realized that cities have employment opportunities, but villages don't have so many employment opportunities. It's only agriculture. And agriculture is also very intermittent. It is not all year long. There are lots of issues with agriculture. So traditionally, like many of you said in the earlier conversation, traditionally, charkha and a hand loom were integral parts of every village life. every village used to have a few people who used to spin yarn, make clothing, make handicraft, make craft. And they used to, this employment used to be a supplementing livelihood to agriculture. So yes, a part of their year was agriculture, but a part of their year was making clothes, making fabric, selling it to other villagers in the same village or neighboring villages. And that's how the village economy used to work very well, because there were handicrafts in every village, which used to take care of the other parts of their lives. And I realized that whatever I wanted to start has to be in sync with environment conservation and livelihood development. Now tell me, if you had a livelihood, if you had a job of, say, making chemical bombs, okay, chemical destructive, material, you would have strived to do that more and more, because your livelihood is dependent on that. Only if you make the chemical weapons, you're going to get money, right? Similarly, if you take up a job or if you take up a livelihood opportunity where you are going to conserve the environment, you will do more of that so that you get money from it. Does it make sense? So you should take up, as in that's what I decided at that time, that I want to take up a job or some business which is conserving the environment or creating jobs and livelihoods for others. Only then I'll be able to do more and more and more of that, because that's what is going to give me money. So it's not just about money, but it's about doing something meaningful in life, which will then eventually also make you some money, which is good enough for you to live a sustainable life. That is the motto that I started living this kind of a lifestyle, and jumped into this and started Arohana and now reCharkha. And that's what I've been doing since then. I'm providing employment to more than 30 people, EcoSocial livelihoods, EcoSocial employment, and I want to do more of this. There are multiple volunteers who are working with us. Again, EcoSocial volunteering, EcoSocial livelihoods, all that is very, very important. I always feel that's the focus and the core of what we do today at reCharkha. And you all have seen how we upcycle. So your ma'am has shown you the videos of how we are using the charkha and a handloom and just a pair of scissors. So scissors is such a simple basic tool, but it is so important. So just using scissors, charkha and livelihood, all three do not require any electricity. So we are a very sustainable venture. We are not creating emissions. Okay. So any business that you start, you should also think that how I am going to reduce the emissions, or how I'm going to reduce the impact that I'm creating on the planet, on the environment. So this is what, the overall picture of reCharkha and my EcoSocial journey is. I have Saili with me from my Pune team, and she's actually going to also show you all around our production unit in Pune. So if anybody from you are from Pune, all of you are from Pune, right?
Yes, I'm all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So you all
ma'am.
can actually come and visit our Pune workshop. We don't do the weaving here. Our weaving happens in the village, because I said that we want to create employment in villages. So that's what we are working on right now. But you will be able to come to the village also. You can arrange a school trip there whenever it is possible for you. But right now, Saili will take you through our Pune store and Pune workshop. Saili, you're there?
Yes. Hi. Hello,
Hi.
everyone.
Hello, everyone.
So can we put Saili in the focus?
Yes, ma'am, I'll do that.
And Saili will take you around our Pune store. I am unfortunately stuck somewhere for a meeting, but Saili will do the needful.
Yes. Shall I
We
start?
can see, can we put Saili in the spotlight?
She's in the spotlight.
I cannot see. I can see you, Achal.
I'm the speaker, ma'am. When she starts speaking, she'll be there.
Aha, okay, cool.
Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
So Saili, can you start with the fabric room, please?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So Saili is going to go to the fabric room, which is where we get our fabric after it is woven. So in the village unit, all the weaving happens. You'll see all the charkhas and handlooms like in the video. All of that happens in the weaving unit. Once that is there, our fabric comes into the Pune store, and this is the fabric room which Saili is going to show you. Can you just flip the camera?
Yeah. So
Yes,
so
so
this
that is
kind of fabric. Yeah, you can continue, Amita.
I will talk. You can just show. So these are different kinds of fabric. Like you see the yellow and silver fabric right in front of you right now. It is made using Maggie packets. Maggie packets, and the silver are your gift wrappers, the glittery gift wrappers. So we are trying to combine both of them to make this beautiful color combination that you see here. Yellow and red is Maggie, and silver is the gift wrappers. Then the one here that you see white and orange or white and red, it is your Budhani wafers. That's another favorite of everybody's. So that is a white and orange packet that the Budhani wafers come from. Then the black and white that you see, black is made of your black plastic bags, like your garbage bags, or the bags that you get in the market, polythene bags. White are again plastic bags, and golden are gift wrappers. So, we try to make different designs and different patterns through what we do, what we get, what kind of waste we get. Can you show something that's totally multicolored?
Yeah.
I think none of you are that old that you know what a video and an audio cassette is. Do you know what a video and audio cassette is?
Yes, ma'am.
So now what happens, see what technology does is your video and audio cassettes are now nobody uses them, right? Because technology went ahead. Later on CDs came, then MP3 players came, and now digital media, like all the music is available directly on your cloud and in the internet. So you don't need any physical machine to play or have music run through, right? So all that audio and video cassette tapes went obsolete and nobody uses them right now. So it became waste. So we took a lot of this donation of these audio and video cassettes and we made some fabric with it. Saili, can you show those fabrics as well?
Yeah. So this one is made out of cassette tapes.
Yeah, this is your cassette tapes, your audio and video cassette tapes. So the black shiny materials.
Cassette tapes. Aren't those like really nice?
Cassette tapes?
Yes, aren't those like really nice and aesthetically pleasing?
The cassette tapes?
Yes, like you can actually tell like your friends and flex about it that you have cassette tapes, and you can come over and we can watch some homemade movies.
Yeah, you can do that. Do you still do that? I didn't know that's
I have like these bunch of cassette tapes, like, but these are only my brother's. My mother never recorded me. Sad. But like it's only about my brother, but I still watch them at times.
Okay. So some people where the cassette tapes have gone bad or nobody's using them, they donate it to us and then we make all of this fabric from it.
This one is multicolored.
So what you see here is different kinds of gift wrappers, different kinds of plastic bags. We have just woven it all together just to make a nice combination of various colors in one fabric. Cool. So Saili, now can you go downstairs to our tailoring room?
Yes. I'll mute for some time.
Yes. So Saili takes care of our communication and social media, and she's here in our Pune office. She's been working with us for over a year now. She's been very active in our core team at the Flipkart.
Manan, in the meantime, you can ask a question if you have. You have raised
No,
it?
it's done. It'll be very quick, and then we can go to the question answer sessions.
Yeah, ma'am, he has
Achal.
raised his hand for
So-
long. I was...
Siley, can you just show the tailoring room quickly? Because that's what we'll finally show in the products. And then
Can you see it? I'm already showing it. Yeah.
yeah, we can see it. So these the tailors here are making some bags. They are making gym bags actually. Can you tell Alam to just show whatever is black now? Just show the inside of it. Alam bhai andar ka dikhao. Ha, see? So this is how the gym bag is from outside, and from inside we use cotton and other fabric so that it can be very sturdy and it can be extremely useful. Cool. So that is what we do here in our Pune store. And Saili, if you can just quickly show outside in the storeroom also. So this is where all the cutting and all happens. But if she can show you the storeroom, all different products that we make are all displayed here, and it's a store. Anybody can come and buy these products as well for your personal use or for gifting. So different kinds of bags, home decor products.
It's difficult to
Yeah,
believe
this-
from what is this made up of. Such a beautiful
Yeah.
bags you have.
Exactly. Just pan through the store, Saili, and then I'll pick up all the questions. So there are cushion covers, there are wallets, then there is grow pots and planters, there are pencil pouches, there are table mats, then there are laptop bags, laptop sleeves,
Messenger bags are also there.
different bags, shopping bags. So that is what we make. There are book covers. Show the book cover also.
These are the book cover.
That's a book cover. So it comes with a handmade paper diary inside it. Show them the cutlery kit. So that is one of our favorite products. The cutlery kit is actually doing two things. One is obviously you are buying something upcycled. So you're getting rid of some of the plastic from the environment. But inside the cutlery kit, we have some very useful things. So there is a steel straw, which enables you to avoid using the plastic disposable straws. Then there is a straw cleaner, which can help you clean up the straw after you're using it, right? Then there is a wooden spoon and fork, which you can use when you're traveling instead of taking plastic spoons and fork, which you usually are always given whenever you go to the restaurant or on street side food. And then there is a cloth napkin, which you can avoid paper napkin and instead use a cloth napkin. So the whole idea of cutlery kit is that you carry your own cutlery when you're traveling or every day, because sometimes you go eating out in generally during the day also, and you end up buying a straw or like getting straw with say nariyal pani or with a juice or anything like that. So this is a great and sustainable and hygienic solution for that. So, through our products also, we are educating people. We don't want people to just buy the product for the product per se, but also for the actual use of that product. So this is our Pune store. You're most welcome to come here. You can actually conduct small visits of students, right, Achal? So I think, Saili, that's it. You can stop showing the place. Yeah, you can put me back into the spotlight if you want.
Thank you so much. Yes,
Thanks.
It was amazing to see. Personally, I'm saying I'm really astonished to see the products.
And Achal, what we can also do is we can conduct small volunteering opportunities for these kids where we don't want too many people to come at once because of the situation outside, the COVID situation. But if 4 or 5 people every weekend you can plan, or maximum 10 students.
We do have this segment after your question answers. So we are talking about your EcoSocial buddy also.
Oh, perfect.
So any questions, children? I think I can't take much questions because of the time, but at least few questions can be taken. Manan, beta, please shoot your question. You're raising your hand since a long time. Are you there, Manan? Children, raise your hand for the questions if you want. Or ma'am has answered all the queries. I think whatever she spoke, all the things were answered. Yes, Aditya Patil, please.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can you tell the name of the website where you sell these bags?
It's reCharkha.org.
Yes, ma'am.
ReCharkha.org. That's the website.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Any questions, children?
No, ma'am.
Oh, ma'am, you answered all the queries. I think whatever we discussed.
I'm happy.
So I'll just get back to the screen sharing. Children, your Google Forms are still waiting. So I'll just put it in the chat box little later. We had our, there are no questions as such. I answered everything, I guess, whatever queries we had. So this is, let us have something that what is actually plastic doing to us and what is the need. I want you to focus on these. These are some things we can do to reduce the plastic usage in our home. We have seen, children, what can be done at home.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so together, if we want to make a difference, we can actually make some difference in the society, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We can make a difference.
Yeah, these are some recycled
In ourselves.
Yes,
First, then
these are some. Yes, beta. We can really make some difference.
follow us. Like if we do something right, and then people will check.
Yes. Now these are some upcycled products. Now, if you want to be a part of it, let's see that what we can do. What type of plastic we can collect.
Wondering what kind of waste we upcycle at reCharkha? Let's check it out.
Now, these type of plastics, before handling over to any institution as such, we need to clean them properly, see to it that they should not they should not stink, so that you should not use milk packets and all. That is what I came to know. Right, Amita ma'am?
That's right. That's right. Because it's very difficult to wash off all the milk smell and greasiness from the plastic from there.
And since it is people who are handling this, so it has to be cleaned and then only sent. So now I'm coming up to something interesting. That is EcoSocial Buddy. Now, reCharkha has launched a non-profit arm called the EcoSocial Planet, which would work on a lot of awareness generation activities, waste collection, livelihood creation, research and development, and all for our planet. It is eco planet they are planning up to. So what we can do as a student, as a teacher, as a school, we can collect plastic from our home, neighborhood. We can conduct awareness sessions as we are conducting right now. Then supporting the team in the exhibition maybe, or help in designing. All the intelligent people sitting out there, you can have good designs over there, right? We can, this is what our school is planning up to. Rima ma'am, can you please say something for this, creating awareness?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. We are going to associate ourselves with the reCharkha is by being an eco-social buddy, and so we are planning how will we go about it. And in time to come, we will create groups where students will create awareness, they will collect the plastic, and we will provide whatever we collect to reCharkha so that we help in cleaning the environment and making it more sustainable, make people understand that this is not right and there are ways that it can be upcycled or recycled. So we'll be getting in touch with our students first, and we'll start working on groups, and then we will get in touch with the team to go further about connecting with them, cooperating with them, collaborating with them is what we are looking at.
Excellent. That's
Thank you
lovely,
so much,
Nima.
ma'am.
I'm so happy. Saili, is Rutuja also around? Is she on the call as well?
Yeah, I'm there.
And is Rutuja with you?
Rituja, yeah, she's there. Wait a second.
Yeah, this will be an interesting thing. We can have her coordinate.
Okay, we will do that, ma'am. And thank you so much for being there. I think we have a link that has been posted just now for the children.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Achal ma'am, you can continue.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Sir, are you, ma'am, is sir there? Then he can.
Yes, sir is there. Sir is very much there.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
All right.
Kind words from you.
Thank you, Achal ma'am, for having conceived this wonderful virtual tour, and Amita ma'am for obliging with your time. I know you're very caught up with your busy schedule, but thank you. And because I think this is an essential part of the exposure we want children to have, because this is something which is going to better their lives, and we are talking about their world tomorrow. And they can be a part of actually making a better world.
Exactly.
So I think it's a wonderful initiative you've taken. And maybe we will have a couple of these kids join you and take this program forward and take it a couple of steps up, I don't know, in whichever direction. I mean, we've gone from recycling to upcycling. In our time, we had recycling. We never thought of upcycling. So, I don't know. Probably these kids will think of better ideas with time coming. And I would like to thank the children also for being so well informed.
Exactly. I was so
Achal ma'am,
surprised.
also thanks to you for that. During the class, I think these value classes are more beneficial than the actual academic classes, because I think it's going to be for the better world, if we were to believe Stevie Wonder. So let's all help to make a better world.
Yes.
And Aanchal ma'am, thank you again. And Amita ma'am, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
hope
so
we
much.
can partner together in reducing some of the pollution that we are so bogged down with. And yes, that Uttarakhand catastrophe that happened, also partly because of that cycle of plastic and everything else, which helped to devastate this entire state then. So thank you once again, and we hope to continue this association and take it further with the help of the children. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rima ma'am. Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am, for
Okay.
being there.
All
I request Bhushan of standard 8C to propose the vote of thanks.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, Beta, you are audible.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Quoted in the Bhagavad Gita, Yadachalabha santushto dvandavatito vimatsara. It means whatever is coming to us, we should have some level of contentment, and with contentment comes gratitude. I, Bhushan Sutar, would like to take this opportunity to thank our guest of honor, Ms. Amita Deshpande, whose vision of weaving fabric from waste and creating alternate employment opportunities has inspired us and evoked within us a belief that a change can be brought about through the process of upcycling and recycling. We, the students of Class 8, are grateful for ma'am spending her valuable time with us, enlightening and motivating us towards creating a better tomorrow. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our principal, headmistress, and Enjoy Adult Excursion team for organizing this event. Lastly, I would thank all my friends for being such a patient audience and asking some really good questions. Thank you all for such an interactive session. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for all of you to be part of this session. I also have decided that all you people who are interested in buying our products, we will offer a special discount to all the students and teachers from reCharkha, which you will be able to avail online as well as in our store. So those who are in Pune can drop by with their family and avail the opportunity of this discount. So I'll share the details with Aanchal.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
Yeah, children, please fill in the feedback form. Teachers and students, everybody can fill the feedback form. And the Google form is also there. If you score 80%, if you have paid attention, you get a certificate. So please do the needful. Thank you so much for your time and patience. Thank you so much, Rima ma'am, for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, ma'am. Have a nice day,
Hope to
ma'am.
see you again, ma'am.
Yes, see you in person, Aanchal. Visit us.
Yes, sure, ma'am.
And I'm impressed with your presentation also. So I think you can join the EcoSocial Buddy program as well.
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. I will wait for 5 minutes for the Google form.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And then end the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Children, there is section 3 in the Google form where your contribution will be recorded, that what you want to be as a part of EcoSocial Buddy. After you're done with it, then the school will decide and what Rima ma'am will decide and will do that needful. Yes. Thank you, Bhushan. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, should I end then?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for being there.
Thank you. Yeah.